everyone. So I hope that you have gone through all the points, all the parts that we have discussed and the assignment questions. Okay, let people till the time if you have any doubt, just let me know. Good evening, Piyush. Okay. So now today we have to do system analysis. As I told you, I'll be discussing radical geography, welfare geography, all of that with you. So before that, if you have any doubt from the previous part, previous lectures, you might ask me. Is there any? The question which comes very oftenly is the explain the spatial system and their characteristics. Okay, Piyush. So these questions which are coming, these are the low hanging fruits. Directly question आता है, ऐसा कुछ extra नहीं पूछता, ऐसा आपसे पूछेंगे applied बताइए इसका applied किस तरह से होगा with environment, मतलब किस क्या applications होगी, वो applications भी मैं आपको लिखाऊंगी कि क्या applications हो सकती है system analysis की. तो बेसिकली सिस्टम एनालिसिस हमने जो पढ़ा था ये डिफरेंट है सिस्टम से, स्पेशल सिस्टम से. दो चीजें हैं आपकी, डू नॉट गेट कंफ्यूज. एक है आपका स्पेशल एनालिसिस और एक है आपका सिस्टम स्पेशल सिस्टम और एक है आपका स्पेशल सिस्टम. अब दोनों में क्या डिफरेंस है? लॉट ऑफ पीपल टेक इट एज सेम थिंग. Yes, almost. If I talk in a very layman language, then yes, they might sound the same. But when you're writing, when you are being a student of geography optional, you have to bring in the difference, like the other scholars have got in there. So basically, when I'm talking about a spatial analysis, it is an approach wherein I'm trying to tell the distribution, the patterns, etc. in a particular manner. What particular manner I'm taking? I'm taking a scientific manner. It could be a mathematical model. It could be a statistical model, right? So this is the definition of the spatial analysis. So I have also made you write this spatial analysis definition. Please go through that too if you have not written. So you can write it over here. लिख लीजिए ताकि आप बाद में confuse ना हो. Write down. Spatial analysis in the geography is the study of geographic patterns. It is a study of geographic patterns, distribution, and relationship between phenomena. And relationship between phenomena. अब क्या relationship है between phenomena? There are different features which are present on the earth, and these features are interacting with each other in what way? That is what the study of spatial analysis is. Okay? So what we are using, what are the geographical tools that we are using for in the spatial analysis? The tools we are using is mapping techniques, statistical techniques, लिखिए mapping techniques, statistical techniques, network analysis, overlay analysis, etc. ठीक है. So with respect to the spatial analysis, what we are worried for, we are worried for where the location is, how the location is, why it is located like that. अगर मैं आपको पर्टिकुलरली बोलूं कि एक पर्टिकुलर चीज है, earlier people were doing what, कि ये चीज यहाँ प्रेजेंट है, they are describing it. Okay, description हो गया. Next what? You are not telling me exactly where the location is. अब आपका कोरल रीफ्स, फॉर एग्जांपल, मैं एक एग्जांपल के थ्रू आपको समझाती हूँ स्पेशल एनालिसिस. If I talk about the coral, although I have done this topic, it's just that I want to also tell you the main difference between the spatial analysis and spatial system, so that you should not get confused between both. ठीक है. So spatial analysis, for example, coral reef. अब coral reef मैंने आपको बता दिया, description दे दिया. Coral reefs are like this. Whenever they get bleached, they will turn white. Whenever they are healthy, they will have the colors, etc., etc. This is called a description. This mere description. Now, when I'm talking that the coral reefs are found only between 18 to 21 degrees Celsius, this is what I am telling the why part. Why they are located here? Why they are located here? When it is also telling me why they are located here, it is giving me the answer of spatial analysis, one of the components of spatial analysis, which says that where the phenomena occurs and why. Where the phenomena occurs, where the temperature is 18 to 21, and where the temperatures are 18 to 21, maximum times in the tropical areas and also somewhere in the temperate. कहाँ पे temperate? जहाँ पे warm और cold current मिलते हैं. ठीक है. So where they are located, between 18 to 21 degrees Celsius, जहाँ पे temperature होगा. ठीक है. So first special analysis क्या देता है answer? Where the phenomena occurs. So that means telling me the location. The first point it answer where the phenomena occurs. That is what it is telling me, the location of an area. First point. Second, it answers how the phenomena occurs, how the interaction takes place, how the interaction takes place. This is the second question it is answering. How the interaction takes place, or how it interacts with other phenomena. ठीक है. Or how it interacts with other phenomena. That is what it is telling me, the relationship with other phenomena. Although I have already done it in the class, but again, I'm explaining you. It is telling you, setting up the relationship. Now, where का answer दे दिया, how का answer दे दिया. Next is what pattern it forms. What pattern it forms. So, do you think through mapping I'll be able to tell with the mapping techniques what pattern it forms? Definitely yes. What pattern it forms? And next, how it is distributed. How it is distributed. किस तरह से ये क्या है? Distributed है. How it is distributed. So these are the questions which the special analysis is answering. ठीक है. अब उसमें क्या क्या हो सकता है? मैपिंग टेक्निक्स यूज कर सकते हैं, स्टैटिस्टिकल टेक्निक्स यूज कर सकते हैं, ओवर लेयर एनालिसिस यूज कर सकते हैं. तो देयर कुड बी मेनी. अच्छा, ये कब इंपॉर्टेंट बना? दिस इज वन ऑफ द टूल व्हिच बिकेम इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज स्टैटिस्टिकल मॉडल हम यूज कर रहे हैं इसके अंदर. तो डेफिनेटली इट शुड बी अ पार्ट ऑफ व्हाट? क्वांटिटेटिव रेवोल्यूशन. Similarly, system analysis is also part of the quantitative revolution. Special systems is also part of the quantitative revolution, and it differs from from the special analysis. ठीक है. अब इसका किस किस में काम आता है? What is the application of this? It is used in urban planning. क्योंकि आपको important है ये देखना कि पहले आप mapping करेंगे. अभी एक scheme थी in which the mapping was done through drone. Can you tell me the name of that scheme? It was very essential scheme which happened, wherein we are providing the farmers. We are trying to segregate the land which has been held by, yes, Swamita, correct. So the land which has been acquired by the farmers and the land which is acquired by the government, we wanted it to segregate. We wanted to find a resolution of it so that the barren land could be converted and could be utilized. So all of that has been done. That is a Swamita scheme. So kiske through हुआ? Obviously through the technique, mapping technique. We want to map it अगर मैपिंग टेक्निक नहीं होती, we would haven't be able to segregate the land. There are a lot of disputed lands also which are present over there in which nothing has been growing. They are just barren, they are just waste piece of the land. Okay, so किस किस चीज में काम आएगा, जैसे you can write down Sumitra scam in the Indian context. Next, urban planning, city growth, location of services. City growth में काम आता है कि किस तरह से city growth होगी, what is the location of services. It is also helping you in the transport geography. ये दो तीन चीजें याद रख लीजिए, सिस्टम एनालिसिस में भी काम आएगा, सॉरी स्पेशल एनालिसिस में भी काम आएगा और आपका स्पेशल सिस्टम्स में भी काम आएगा. एप्लीकेशन दोनों में सेम है, बस थोड़ा समझने का तरीका डिफरेंट है. ठीक है, थोड़ा वो टेक्निकल है. सिस्टम स्पेशल सिस्टम्स इज लिटिल बिट टेक्निक, जहाँ पे आई विल टेल यू ऑल द एलिमेंट्स एक्सेट्रा, बट दिस इज लिटिल इजी. लेकिन एप्लीकेशन दोनों का सेम है. तो सबसे पहले किसमें, अर्बन प्लानिंग में. अर्बन प्लानिंग में व्हाई, बिकॉज व्हेनेवर यू आर सेटिंग एनी सिटी, फॉर एग्जांपल एनी फॉर एग्जांपल पेरिफेरी, तो आपको पेरिफेरल एरिया आपको बनाना है, तो डेफिनेटली पहले आप उसको स्टडी करेंगे, मैप करेंगे. तो अर्बन मैपिंग क्या बताएगा आपको, प्लानिंग क्या बताएगा, सिटी ग्रोथ कैसे होगा, क्या क्या उसमें चेंजेस होंगे, लोकेशन ऑफ सर्विसेज, आप सर्विसेज कहाँ कहाँ देंगे. वुड यू लाइक टू गिव सर्विसेज ऑफ amusement park etc just next to the school? Could be, could not be. ठीक है, there are other things that you would you like to place them just right next to them? Could be, could not be, only on the basis of what is right. ठीक है, so आप कहीं पे भी कुछ भी लोकेशन नहीं कर सकते. You need to have a reason for locating something. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट ट्रांसपोर्ट ज्योग्राफी. अगर आपको रोड नेटवर्क डिजाइन बनाने हैं या फिर रूट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन करना है, तो सेकंड क्या होगा, ट्रांसपोर्ट ज्योग्राफी. किसमें यूज हो सकता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल फॉर द रोड नेटवर्क डिजाइन, फॉर रूट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, सबके लिए काम आएगा. it is going to be helpful in all of these. ठीक है, then population geography, please try to understand all of these. Population geography, migration patterns, population density mapping, किस तरह से migrate हो रही है आपकी population. तो population geography में it is quite helpful. There could be a question also, what do you understand by population geography? So you have to also understand what it could be quite helpful in the studying of migration patterns, that why people are migrating where. And next, population density. Population density, write down. Population density. Next, environmental studies. Why environmental studies? For example, if you have to watch that if the river's course are changing or there could be a flood risk, so you can map the flood risk zone, or if there is any deforestation pattern which you are analyzing, or there is a buffer zone that you have to identify near any national park. So it can be quite helpful in all of these, right? So once you understand the spatial analysis, which I've done it in a very superficial manner, because I've already taken up this topic earlier, now I'd like to switch to spatial system and their significance. That is the main topic that we have to discuss, and also keep in mind आपको साथ में ये भी याद होना चाहिए कि system special analysis हम कर चुके हैं, उसमें क्या difference है. ठीक है, so write down what is special systems. What is special system and its significance. And its significance. First point is that it is also coming under what? Quantitative revolution. It is also a part of the quantitative revolution, just as a spatial analysis. So write down. It is an organized arrangement. सबसे पहले लिखेंगे. It is an organized arrangement of places, location. It is an organized arrangement of places, location, or activities that are connected through that are connected through interactions, and relationships across space. Very important definition. What are you understanding from this definition? कि किस तरह से different activities. First of all, the term which I have used, the keyword is organized arrangement. Organized arrangement, why? Because everything has to be done with the planning. So organized arrangement of location, places, activity, objects that are connected through interactions or relationship across space. Write down. So what are the keywords? The first keyword is organized arrangement. Okay. Next, it focuses on how different geographical elements. It focuses on how different. It focuses on how different geographical elements are distributed. Different geographical elements are distributed. It tells that how different geographical elements are distributed and linked within an area. And linked within an area. And linked within an area. Full stop. In geography, special system examines location of phenomena. Location of phenomena first. Location of phenomena. क्या special analysis भी यही कर रहा था? Yes. Some parts you will find there is a correlation between both because जब हमने पहला point देखा था वहाँ पे तो वहाँ पे भी क्या है? Where they are located. ठीक है? So location of phenomena. Next, their spatial patterns. Their spatial patterns. अच्छा, spatial patterns का क्या मतलब है? For example, if I talk about the settlements, human settlements की बात करते हैं, sometimes they are clustered. ठीक है? So these are one of the patterns that we can see. Sometimes we will find the linear patterns along the river side. This is also one of the types. So example में आप लिख सकते हैं. Examples such as clustered patterns, clustered types, and linear types. Clustered, linear, radial. You can write the example. ये radial है. ठीक है? Clustered अलग. ठीक है? You can write all this. Next, their flows and interaction between places. Their flows, what interaction they are having? Their flows and interaction between places. Their flows and interaction between places. Next, the organization of activities around the space. The organization, next point. The organization of activities around the space. For example, if I talk about the location, अगर हम coral reef की बात करें, coral reef, where it is located? It is located in tropical regions, majorly, where the temperature is 18 to 21 degrees Celsius. So first is location. Answer मिल गया आपको. नेक्स्ट क्या क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट दे आर टारगेटिंग देयर स्पेशल पैटर्न्स. अगेन कैसा होगा स्पेशल पैटर्न, इनका क्लस्टर्ड होगा, राइट. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट ह्यूमंस राइट नाउ, ह्यूमन पैटर्न्स में आता है, बट हम उसको बोल सकते हैं दिस मोर ऑफ अ क्लस्टर, द लॉट ऑफ दिस क्लस्टर्ड कैन आर फॉर्म. देन नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इट इज आंसरिंग इज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ एक्टिविटीज. अब कैसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होता है यहाँ पे, लॉट ऑफ फिशेस कम हियर फॉर द स्पॉनिंग. These activities which we can check from the GIS mapping techniques, we can easily check and tell the detailed report of the activities. ठीक है, this is what is done here, right? Are you able to get this? कुछ और भी एग्जाम्पल आप देख सकते हैं, आप सिटी का एग्जाम्पल देख सकते हैं. If you are talking about the primate city concept का मॉडल आपको याद होगा, which has been given by Mark Jefferson when we were doing the American geographer. There also I have discussed the same thing कि आपका अगर सिटी है, किसी भी सिटी के अंदर, किसी भी कंट्री के अंदर, there would be primate what cities, जिसके अराउंड क्या होगा, सारी एक्टिविटीज होंगी, जहाँ पे मेन हब्स होंगे. So all these are what you can write all the examples around them. ठीक है. Write down a special system is a special type of a system. A special system is a special type of a system. Please do not get confused. Special system is a special type of a system. Is a special type of a system. Write down. Where space and location are central components. क्या central components है? Space and location. Where space and location are the central components. I told you that day also what is the difference between the space and location. For example, if this is, I have to tell the dimension of this place. So what I will use, I will tell that this is the length, this is the breadth here. So this is what the space, I'm talking about a space. Okay? Place means what? Wherein I will talk about that, okay, this is near to this, it is located over here. So for spatial system also, a special type of system where space or location क्या है? Central component. Always remember this. Okay, there is a very important geographer attached to it. I told you for every theory we have to take 2 geographers. Okay, Ludwig von Berta Lanfy. A little difficult name. Write down. BERTALANFFRY. Ludwig von Berta Lanfy. In 1950, is credited with the development of, the development of general theory systems. Please underline this. Kindly underline this. Ludwig von Berta Lanfy. Ludwig von Berta Lanfy. 1950 is credited with the development of general systems theory. General systems theory. Full stop. It aims to provide theoretical properties. It aims to provide theoretical properties. It aims to provide. ये थोड़ा सा difficult है, बाकी rest of the geography which I am going to do, radical, humanistic हमने कल किया था, behavioral हमने कल किया था. There is one more, welfare. ये सब easy है. There is nothing very difficult about all of them. This is little difficult जो आपको लगेगा, but ये important है करना, ठीक है, लिखिए. Ludwig von Bertha Landfry is credited with development of general system theory, full stop. It aims to provide theoretical properties of different types of system. It aims to provide theoretical properties to different types of system. To different types of system. देखिए. Next, write down. R.J. Chorley. R.J. Chorley is the first geographer to have introduced. R.J. Chorley. R.J. Chorley is the first geographer who has introduced general system theory in geography. General system theory in geography. And what is a general system theory? They are providing the theoretical explanation of different phenomena. Okay? It aims to provide theoretical properties to different types of systems. Please underline this. Their aim is to provide what? Theoretical properties of different types of system. And the first one who has provided the general system theory was R.J. Chorley. And what do you mean? क्या मतलब है इसका? आप प्रोवाइड करेंगे क्या? Theoretical properties to different types of system. You don't have to get into the system's detail too much, right? Okay. Next, let's talk about. Okay. Now, in his paper, write down. In his paper, Geomorphology and General Systems Theory. In his paper, put a double inverted comma. In his paper, put a double inverted comma. Geomorphology and general systems theory. And in his paper Geomorphology and General Systems Theory, ब्रैकेट में लिखेंगे 1962. ब्रैकेट में लिखेंगे 1962. Was the first major devoted paper. It was the first major devoted paper exclusively to systems approach. Exclusively to systems approach. Full stop. Okay, write down. Spatial system can also be defined as स्पेशल सिस्टम. हम स्पेशल सिस्टम्स की बात करते हैं तो हम एलिमेंट्स की जरूर बात करते हैं, ठीक है. We also talk about elements in special system. What do you understand by elements? So we talk about certain elements which have different relationships. So when we define, for example, I'm not talking about a specific thing right now, but we are talking these factors as what? Elements. इनको हम factors को क्या ले रहे हैं? Elements. So इनके बीच का relationship, इनके बीच का interaction is what is important for telling what could be the result of it. ठीक है, थोड़ा difficult है समझना. जैसे for example, if in a area, if students are more, definitely the stationary of the activities which are related to the students are going to get more economic value, and the revenue drawn out of it will be more. just for example. So can I consider these two as an elements? Yes. ठीक है. So एक journal, अगर journal pattern में मुझे इसको समझाना है, तो how would I take it as? Write down. A special system can be also defined as a set of interconnected geographical elements. A set of interconnected geographical elements. A set of interconnected geographical elements whose relationship and interaction, whose relationship and interactions are structured through space and location. Are structured through space and location. Space and location हर जगह काम आएगा. That is a central. In fact, this is a central component of, as I told you in the starting also, central component of spatial system. This is a central component of spatial system. ठीक है. क्या है ये? Set of interconnected geographical elements. किसकी बात हो रही है? Elements की बात हो रही है, which are interconnected in themselves, whose relationship and interactions are structured. अब इनके relationships ऐसा नहीं है that we are not, it's that complex that we cannot understand it. The relationship, the elements का जो relationship है, the interaction and relationships are structured form में है. ठीक है. कहाँ पर है? Through space and location. ठीक है. Okay, write down next. Example के types लिखिए इसके अंदर. For example, urban systems. The first example of structured elements would be urban systems. Urban systems where we can see the interactions, we can see the interaction of elements in a structured manner. And through space and location. Okay. Okay, next type लिखिए transportation network. यहाँ पे भी different elements are connected to each other, right? We could see a lot of structures in that. We could see a lot of planning in that, right? So write down transport geography or transport network. And this also detailed structuring has been done. Okay, transport networks लिखिए, transportation network. Then write down trade networks. Trade networks. उसके बाद लिखेंगे write down migration systems. Migration systems and river basin systems. Last लिखेंगे river basin systems. ठीक है. अगर छोटा सा एग्जांपल उठाएं माइग्रेशन सिस्टम्स का, how it is fitting into the system and spatial systems. What is the definition? It is interconnectedness or interconnection between different elements. Okay, and through that we are understanding the relationship and interaction of them through space and location. That is the main definition. अब ये देखेंगे migration ऐसे तो नहीं हो रहा है. From one place to another place they are going. There could be reason also attached to it. There is a particular pattern which has been followed. There is a particular pattern which is followed. So this is what setting up the relationship. इससे आपको क्या पता चलता है? There's some sort of relationship which has been formed, and because of that, definite relationship का मतलब क्या है? Because maybe they are going out because of the pull factor, or maybe the push factor. I hope you understand what is the pull and push. Definitely you would have done it in GS. ठीक है, सबसे कॉम्प्लेक्स पार्ट है ये ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी का. अगर ये समझ में आ गया, इसके अलावा कोई पार्ट इतना डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. ठीक है, ओनली दिस इज लिटिल डिफिकल्ट, थोड़ा ट्रिकी है, राइट? ओके, सो व्हाट आर द कंपोनेंट्स? जो पहला कंपोनेंट्स लिखिए, कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ स्पेशल सिस्टम्स. कंपोनेंट्स लिखिए. कंपोनेंट्स क्या होगा? सबसे पहला जो मैंने डिस्कस किया कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ स्पेशल सिस्टम इज योर नोड्स, योर एलिमेंट्स. सबसे पहला क्या है? एलिमेंट्स. हमने एलिमेंट्स को हर डेफिनेशन में लिखा है. व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय एलिमेंट्स? एलिमेंट्स का क्या मतलब है? ब्रैकेट में लिखेंगे नोड्स. देखिए, दीज आर लोकेशन और यूनिट्स विद इन द सिस्टम. एलिमेंट्स के क्या मतलब है? लोकेशन और यूनिट्स विद इन द सिस्टम. लोकेशन और यूनिट्स विद इन द सिस्टम. और इसको क्या बोलेंगे? वी विल कॉल इट एज व्हाट? नोड्स. ब्रैकेट में लिख लीजिए नोड्स. सेकेंड पॉइंट लिखेंगे, राइट डाउन द सेकेंड पॉइंट. एग्जाम्पल्स में एग्जाम्पल्स लिख लीजिए पहले. इसमें सिटीज है, विलेजेस है, मार्केट्स हैं, एयरपोर्ट्स हैं, ये सब क्या हैं? आपके एलिमेंट्स हैं. दीज आर द एलिमेंट्स. सिटीज, कंट्रीज भी लिख सकते हैं इसमें, मार्केट भी लिख सकते हैं, एयरपोर्ट्स, सब कुछ क्या है? आपके एलिमेंट्स हैं. सेकेंड पॉइंट लिखिए कनेक्शन, लिंक्स, connections. That is the second component. Connection. अब definitely आपको यहाँ से यहाँ तक कुछ लिंक तो चाहिए. How would you migrate? If migration is happening, तो ऐसे तो हो नहीं जाएगा. Whether either they will go through the roads or by the airport or through the railways or through the waterways. So there is some mode that will tell them, that will tell us how many people have migrated and through what mode, through which mode they have migrated. So all is that what giving us the information. So write down the connection links, channel through which the interaction occurs. Write down channel through which interaction occurs. चैनल थ्रू विच इंटरेक्शन. कौन से चैनल के थ्रू इंटरेक्शन हुआ है? क्या चैनल था? क्या मोड था? चैनल थ्रू विच इंटरेक्शन अकर. एग्जाम्पल में लिखेंगे रोड्स, कॉमा रेलवेज, कॉमा रूट्स. रोड्स, कॉमा रेलवेज, कॉमा रूट्स. नाउ द थर्ड पॉइंट इज फ्लोज. नेक्स्ट कॉम्पोनेंट ऑफ इट इज फ्लोज. क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, व्हाट आर द कॉम्पोनेंट्स ऑफ स्पेशल सिस्टम्स? राइट डाउन फ्लोज. दैट इज द मूवमेंट विद इन द सिस्टम. क्या फ्लो कर रहा है? What is flowing? Either the people are going from one place to another. Yes, goods are going from one place to another. What is the object? So either the people are going, either the goods are going. ठीक है, people are going, goods are going, or information is going, or capital is going. तो फ्लो तो कुछ भी कर सकता है. अब इसमें कैपिटल क्या हो गया आपका? कैपिटल गुड्स, पीपल क्या हो गया? सब टेंजिबल हो गए. और इंफॉर्मेशन क्या हो गया? इंटेंजिबल. Do you understand the meaning of tangible? Something that you can touch is tangible, something which you cannot touch is intangible. इकोनॉमिक्स में भी हम पढ़ते हैं, राइट? इकोनॉमिक्स में बहुत डिटेल में पढ़ते हैं. यूपीएससी पीवाईक्यू में क्वेश्चन भी आ चुका है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस, I think in 2024. So these are the terms that you have to remember कि tangible and intangible. अब इसमें people भी हो सकते हैं, goods भी हो सकते हैं, information भी हो सकता है, capital भी हो सकता है. What is flowing? और ये किस में आएगा? Examples that we have taken, अगर हम migration देखेंगे तो it will take people. अगर goods देखेंगे it will take trade. Information it will take what? Anything. Services में, services is what? Information. Then capital, again trade. ठीक है. Next, write down Spatial structure, the fourth component of it is spatial structure. अब किस तरह से लिंकेज है, दैट इज व्हाट, ये लिंक क्या बना है, स्पेशल स्ट्रक्चर. Write down. The last component is spatial structure, the arrangement or organization of the nodes. The arrangement or organization of nodes. The arrangement or organization of nodes. किस तरह से arrange nodes and links across the space. And links across the space. ठीक है, arrangement or links across the space. ठीक है, then we will do the characteristics, फिर कुछ examples देखेंगे, right, and then we will see what is the importance of it in the modern geography. ठीक है, but before that just go through what we have done so that you should not get confused. एक बार quick आप go through कर लीजिए notes में whatever you have written, it's important. Okay, done. Other students, have you done that? Okay, so I will recapitulate quickly whatever we have done. We have talked about the elements, what it will include. It's a node basically. What does it mean? For example, which location we are talking about, maybe. And then in the elements, what all we have, it could be cities, it could be villages, it could be countries or anything. Okay? So the location that we are talking, units that we are talking in the system. So these are what your elements. Okay? Okay, next is connection. Connection means the links that we are providing, links that has been provided between the elements. So links could be how people are going from one place to another place. So it could be the connection. Connection is also another one for the links. Then interaction, through the roads, it's happening to railways, airports, etc. Then the flows. What is flowing? People are going, or the goods is going, or the information is going, or the capital is going. All of these. Then special structures. What structures which has been formed? What kind of structures has been formed? Okay. So obviously the range structures, arrangement or organization of nodes. Nodes means elements. किस तरह से elements arranged है, ठीक है? And links across the space. Now write down the characteristics of spatial systems. Write down characteristics. Characteristics of spatial system. क्या-क्या characteristics हैं spatial systems की? The first one is, write down, the first one is interdependence. पहला है interdependence. Interdependence, write down. Places are connected and influenced. Interdependence means it's in, obviously it's opposite of independent. ठीक है? That means one link is connected with another. अगर एक link खराब होगा, if one link, for example, अगर roads ही नहीं है, the roads through which the people have to migrate from one place to another place, that is not working, that is not functional. So how would people migrate? So that means the kind of operation that we are stopping some sort of operation, right? And people won't migrate from one place to another place. So that means we are ruining the structure, right? So this is what interdependence. They are interdependent, totally connected. So that's why we also write in the definition interconnected. If you go back and see the keywords we are writing over there, they are structure interconnected. What? Elements. Their structure, there is a structure attached to it. They are interconnected elements. What is the definition? A set of interconnected geographical elements. That is the definition I made you, right? Please underline that, double underline that. A set of geographical elements, the set of interconnected geographical elements. I'll write here also for your understanding. A set of geographical elements, the set of interconnected, a set of interconnected geographical elements. अब different elements कैसे connected हैं? कैसे, how they are connected, how they are attached to each other. So this has been attached to this. This has been attached to this. अगर एक भी node खराब होगा, so do you think there's a structure which is, they're ruining the structure, right? So with that respect, interdependence, totally interdependence, right? Now places are connected and influence one another. Places are connected and influence one another. Can you relate this situation in the today's geopolitical condition? For example, Strait of Hormuz is getting blocked. It's being blocked by the Iranians. The moment it has been blocked by the Iranians, do you think? Because that was one of the way, that is main way through which the petrols used to get traded. 85% of the crude is being traded to that Strait of Hormuz. The moment that has been blocked, the world has come to the standstill. The prices have spiked. So do you think that is one link? Because the goods are also flowing. What is the link over here? That is the oil. Element kya hai? What is the element? That is a country. That is a place. Which is a Hormuz. What is the link? Link is a waterways. What is being traded? Kya trade ho raha hai? What is flowing? Oil. So these are the goods. Goods are being traded. Okay. So write down next. Special organization. They will be always arranged in an the proper arrangement would be there. So write down special organization. They are always organized. Special organization, write down. Activities arranged in recognizable pattern. Activities arranged in recognizable pattern. What do you understand by recognizable? क्या समझ में आता है आपको recognizable से? We can understand the whole operation very easily. इसमें कोई complexity नहीं है. The oil has been taken from here. It has been transported to Strait of Hormuz and given and transported to further different states, different countries. It's as simple as that. Is there any problem in understanding the operation? No. It's very systematic. It's quite simple. It's quite organized. So, activity is arranged in a very recognizable pattern. Next, write down dynamic nature. Dynamic nature. Do you think it changes over time? Yes, definitely. Because we, for example, in today's geopolitical conditions, only when we can see the Strait of Hormuz being so important and playing the key role in the whole geopolitical dimensions. Because even if we can see that the prices are spiking, everything is spiking. So a lot of the activities has come to the halt because of one particular thing. So definitely in the future, we'll look out for the alternatives. So don't you think now the Strait of Hormuz has been so important, we will figure out some alternative and definitely switch to different alternate routes. Obviously, it will take time to get built, but definitely in the future time, we will get some sort of a very complete and permanent solution for it. So what do you understand by this? This is a dynamic nature. So write down special systems change over time. Dynamic nature. Dynamic nature. Special system. Change over. या फिर आप लिख सकते हैं they change periodically or special system change over time. That would be fine. Over time. Okay, special system change over time. That means with the time, with the demand, with the change in the situation, we also pivot. Next, hierarchical structure. Hierarchical structures. Next characteristics is hierarchical structure. That means some places are going to be more important than the other. Every time this would be a situation wherein one particular place will be always important. I know some locations have the greater importance than others. Hierarchical structure में लिखेंगे some places have the greater importance than the others. Next, examples of special system. अब examples लिखेंगे. Okay, last एक आपका एक component रह गया यहाँ पे. Write down changes. Changes is one area which can impact. Characteristics में लिखेंगे. Changes is one area which can impact which can impact the entire system. Changes is one area which can impact. Can you tell me what is a change which can impact the entire system? Is there anybody which can tell me? I mean, who can tell me that what kind of changes we are talking about and how it will impact the whole system? Is there anyone in the room who can tell me what sort of change that can collapse the whole system? Okay, any event, what else? Be more realistic. For example, this is also one of the realistic, because definitely any natural event can do it very, very quickly. It can give the changes, it can show us the changes. What next? Think more. Decline in monsoon. Okay. What was I'm talking about particularly for the Strait of Hormuz. How the collapse of this area? We were no more dependent on that area. How? What changes we are likely to bring in so that we are not at all bothered about that area anymore, as much as we are in today's world. I mean, today's scenario, definitely we are too much bothered about that place, but What is likely to happen in future that will go unnoticed? Diversification trade routes. Next what? Think more. और सोचिए. थोड़ा और सोचिए. Think more. Correct. Excellent. Enhance renewable energy itself. If you are going to focus only on the renewable energy, do you think we are going to get bothered about the space giving us the oil or not? Not at all. Because people have pivot from the area, from the oil to from the crude, from the LPGs to the renewable sources of energy. The moment we have banked all the energies on the renewable sources of it, renewable sources, then we are no more worried about it. So this can collapse the system. Changes. These are the changes that we are talking about. Okay. In the past also many situations have happened wherein definitely the systems would have collapsed. For example, if I talk about globalization, ग्लोबलाइजेशन ने नई सिस्टम को क्या किया है, काफी सिस्टम्स को कोलैप्स किया है. इनफैक्ट उन्होंने न्यू सिस्टम्स क्रिएट किए हैं, न्यू पर्टिकुलर सिस्टम्स दे हैव क्रिएटेड. ओके, सो राइट डाउन एग्जांपल्स ऑफ स्पेशल सिस्टम्स. ये ट्रेडिशनल एग्जांपल्स है, आप कुछ अपने से भी ऐड कर सकते हो इफ यू वांट टू. राइट डाउन एग्जांपल ऑफ स्पेशल सिस्टम. द फर्स्ट वन इज अर्बन सिस्टम्स. फर्स्ट वन इज अर्बन सिस्टम्स. पहले लिखेंगे अर्बन सिस्टम. Cities connected to transportation. Cities connected to transport through transportation, trade and communication. कैसे connected है cities? Transportation से connected है, trade से connected है और communication से connected है. ठीक है. Next is transportation system itself. One is urban system. Urban systems is saying what cities are connected through transport, cities are connected through trade, cities are connected to communication. Next is transportation system itself. Write down the way the medium is the roads, the railways, airports, ports, waterways, and they are following a network. They are following a network. Then there is a migration system. Then there is a migration system which talks about the movement of people. Migration system which talks about the movement of people between regions and countries. Between regions and countries. Next is market systems. Next is market system, which is flow of goods and services. Market system means what? This is a flow of goods and services between production. Market systems पर सबसे पहले लिखेंगे migration system. I am repeating. Movement of people between regions and countries. Movement of people between regions and countries. Next, market systems. Flow of goods and services between production and consumption centers. Market systems. Flow of goods between production and consumption centers. This is for market systems. पहले क्या किया था? Urban system, then transport system, then migration system. Now write down the significance of special system. Significance लिखिए. Write down significance of special system. Why it has been modeled out, why it is important. Significance. Scholars कौन से हैं इसके important? The one is very important is R.J. Chorley that we have done and talked about it in initial period. Okay, so write down first, understanding the special organization. Very simple. Significance, understanding the special organization. कि आपको समझना पड़ेगा how the links are being created. Understanding the special organization. Links कैसे बने, क्यों बने, and what are the important links. जैसे ये भी पता चलता है कौन से places सबसे ज़्यादा important हैं, ठीक है? Write down special system help geographers explain. Special system help geographers explain why activities occur in a particular location. It helps geographers explain why activities occur in a particular location. इसी location पे क्यों activity होती है, कहीं और क्यों नहीं? For example, इसका example आप इससे दे सकते हैं. If I talk about the Malacca Strait, everyone has seen the Malacca Strait. कैसा है वो? If you see the Malacca Strait, the maximum trade, the 60% of the trade is happening through this area. There is more straits attached to it. For example, there is a Sunda Strait also just right next to that. And there are more straits also which are present over here. So why are we not taking the Sunda Strait or other alternative strait as an alternative option? Why everyone is banking on this Malacca Strait? Because 60% of the trade is happening there. So this could have been an alternative, that could have been an alternative. So I think there is a, what is the name of that strait? Somebody tell me. The name is, I think, from L, Lunzon, or just check that. Is it Lunzon? Just next to it. Luzon. There's a name from L only. Just check that. Okay, Luzon. I was correct. Okay. Luzon Strait. Okay. Luzon Strait. So the point here is why Malacca Strait is only important. Ab geographically we will try to understand it. It is because first, obviously, if you try to take the help of other states, it will be what? The traveling route will become quite long. The distance that we have to cover is quite much. The more the distance, the more the investment, and the lesser the profits. Okay? So obviously this was turned out to be the shortest route. Although there are other options involved, but then they will add on to the cost of the production, because the the transportation cost is also added to the cost of the product. And when we have to minimize and make the product more reasonable, you try to cut down on these prices. So these options cannot be taken as the alternatives. These two options cannot be taken as an alternatives, because the distance which is this Malacca Strait is providing is quite the shortest among all the options that are available. The next point is the Sunda Strait or other states which are present over here, they are quite narrow. They are not fit to that. They are not fit that they can let all the ships can transport it through that area. There are certain areas in the strait wherein these the ships can get stuck. And since the geographical location is such, they can get stuck. The only option that we are having is the Malacca Strait. So now you're getting why the geographical pattern is. ये क्या होगा? Malacca Strait आपका अब क्या बन जाएगा? Link बन जाएगा. Waterway आपका क्या है? Link है. और ये क्या बन जाएगा? Location. तो ये एलिमेंट क्या हो गया? एलिमेंट इज मलक्का स्ट्रेट. ये एलिमेंट हो गया आपका. कौन सा तरीका है, कौन सा मोड है? लिंक क्या है आपका? वाटरवेज. कम्युनिकेशन का लिंक क्या है? वाटर फ्लो क्या कर रहा है? गुड्स फ्लो कर रहे हैं. और स्ट्रेटेजिकल पैटर्न क्या है? तो ज्योग्राफी की जब पढ़ रहे होंगे तो देखा होगा ना, व्हाई ओनली दिस, व्हाई नॉट द अदर ऑल्टरनेटिव्स? एंड द आंसर लाइज इन दिस रीजन व्हिच आई हैव गिवन इट टू यू. ठीक है. So understanding the geographical pattern, why the geographical pattern is like this, getting the answer to it. ठीक है. एग्जाम्पल वाई इंडस्ट्री क्लस्टर इन अ सर्टेन रीजन, आप ये भी एग्जाम्पल लिख सकते हैं। जब आई विल राइट दिस एग्जाम्पल, उसके बाद ये भी लिख सकते हैं वाई इंडस्ट्री क्लस्टर in a particular region. I also give you a very classic example of this why industry cluster in a particular region. Today you go back and look at the map, European map. ठीक है, जब आप यूरोपियन मैप देखेंगे you will see lot of important industries have been established on the alongside the river. Which river? You have Rhine, you have Rhone. The maximum cities, all the successful, all the prominent cities, Amsterdam, Netherlands, all of these cities are located here. Famous and one of the renowned, all the reputed brands are also located over here. Why? Figure out the reason. Why they are located. First, you have to figure out which all brands are located here, which all cities are located here. यहाँ पे ही क्यों located है? There could be other places also. और सेंटर में भी लोकेट हो सकती थी, यहाँ पे भी लोकेट हो सकती थी. There would be many located over here, but maximums are located over here. Reason is why. This is not a mere coincidence. There should be a particular reason behind that. ठीक है? तो also check the timeline. कब से ये यहाँ पे established? अब यहाँ पे established है तो कब से established है? कब ये famous हुए? कौन कौन से brands यहाँ पे established हैं जो बहुत famous हैं? तो try to figure out that. इससे क्या मिलेगा आपको पता चलेगा the answer of this, that why industry clustered in a particular region, you will get an answer of this. ये एक इंडस्ट्री एक ही जगह पे क्यों क्लस्टर है? ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल करोल बाग के अंदर ही यूपीएससी हब क्यों है? this is a hub of UPSC. Why people are over here? और क्लस्टर भी हो सकते थे, इधर उधर भी हो सकते थे, बट देखेंगे आप सारा यहीं पे लिंक है. क्यों? Why? So you have to figure out the answer of this. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट लिखेंगे रीजनल प्लानिंग. राइट डाउन नेक्स्ट रीजनल प्लानिंग. अब कैसे यूज करते हैं गवर्नमेंट दिस एनालिसिस सिस्टम स्पेशल सिस्टम्स को कैसे यूज करती है गवर्नमेंट? राइट डाउन गवर्नमेंट यूज स्पेशल सिस्टम एनालिसिस फॉर अर्बन प्लानिंग. सबसे पहले किस लिए यूज करती है? दे यूज इट फॉर अर्बन प्लानिंग. किस तरह से आपको क्या करना है? अर्बन प्लानिंग कैसे करनी है? For that they use it. Next, they use it for the infrastructure development. They use it for the infrastructure development. They use it for infrastructure development. Then transportation planning and resource allocation. Transportation planning and resource allocation. Right? Please write down this example of Malacca Street in your own words right now. Write this example, otherwise you will miss this out. देखिए, Okay, Sean done, Piyush done. Good. Okay. So now come to the next part, write down. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट लिखिए अंडरस्टैंडिंग ह्यूमन एनवायरमेंट रिलेशनशिप इसी के अंदर लिखिए इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ह्यूमन एनवायरमेंट रिलेशनशिप राइट डाउन स्पेशल सिस्टम रिवील हाउ ह्यूमंस इंटरैक्ट स्पेशल सिस्टम रिवील हाउ ह्यूमंस इंटरैक्ट special system reveal how humans interact with the natural environment It also reveals how humans interact with the natural environment and how it changes and how changes in one area affect other Next, economic development. Next is what? Special. So interaction means what? That how the man is interacting with its environment. It is also important to understand this. And what changes are likely to happen and why the changes are happening if they are in any case. Okay, so special system reveal how humans interact with the other natural environment and how changes in one area affect the other. Next is economic development. Next important part is economic development. Write down. Special system analysis understand trade patterns. Special system analysis understand trade patterns, industrial location. It understand trade patterns, industrial location, market accessibility, and regional inequality. क्या ट्रेड सिस्टम को देख के आपको समझ में आ सकता है कि क्या ट्रेड पैटर्न है? यस. इंडस्ट्रियल लोकेशन कहाँ का प्रोमिनेंट है, हब है? यस. मार्केट एक्सेसिबिलिटी कहाँ पर है? यस. रीजनल इनइक्वालिटी, इफ देयर इज एनी, यू कैन इजीली डिटेक्ट दैट. ठीक है. So what are the important systems? What is the significance that we have seen so far? The first is to understand the spatial organized system. पहला क्या है? Understanding the spatial organization. जैसे Malacca Strait का मैंने example दिया. Geographers do understand is which particular location is playing the prominent role in the whole system. Second is government do use this planning. आप schemes भी add कर सकते हैं in the Indian context या फिर कोई UNESCO या फिर any for the international institution. If there is any scheme, you can add that too. Initiative है अगर किसी का तो वो भी ऐड कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इसमें स्वमिता को ऐड कर सकते हैं. क्यों? बिकॉज रीजनल प्लानिंग, राइट, बिकॉज पर्टिकुलर एरिया रूरल प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं, आप देख रहे हैं कि एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड्स आपके कौन से बैरन है, कौन से अनयूज्ड है, सो यू वांट टू ब्रिंग देम बैक इनटू द प्रोडक्ट, यू वांट टू ब्रिंग देम बैक इनटू द एरिया व्हिच इज cultivable. Okay, so urban planning, infrastructure development, regional planning, and transportation network planning, and your resource allocation. Then human environment relationship, you do understand how humans are interacting with the environment and how the things scenarios are changing. And the last one is economic development. What is economic development? Spatial analysis understand क्या trade patterns हैं, क्या market accessibility है. ठीक है, ट्रेड पैटर्न कैसे हैं आपके, मार्केट एक्सेसिबिलिटी क्या है, इंडस्ट्रियल लोकेशन क्या है आपका, ठीक है, और रीजनल इनइक्वालिटी. ठीक है. ओके, नाउ द लास्ट लेग ऑफ दिस इज राइट डाउन इंपॉर्टेंस इन मॉडर्न ज्योग्राफी. अब इसका मॉडर्न ज्योग्राफी में क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है उसका एक कंक्लूजन लिखेंगे क्विकली. राइट डाउन द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ write down the concept of special system. The concept of special system is central to modern geography. Write down the concept of special system is central to modern geography. First point, it integrates physical and human geography. The very first point is it integrates physical and human geography. क्या इंटीग्रेट करता है? सबसे पहले फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी इंटीग्रेट करता है और ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी को इंटीग्रेट करता है. नेक्स्ट, इट एक्सप्लेन relationships between or interactions between places. It is central to modern geography. So you can write the special systems are central to modern geography, and it do elaborate, they do tell us the relationship between the two places. It integrates special and human geography. It integrates physical and human geography. Next, it explains interactions between places. It explains interactions between places. Next, it supports scientific analysis. It supports scientific analysis of geographic loop patterns. It supports scientific analysis of geographic patterns and forms the foundation of modern spatial analysis. And forms the foundation of modern spatial analysis. Now, very important questions that you have to write. Write down some assignment questions. Likhiye. The first question that you have to write, likhiye, discuss the Hartshorne and Schaeffer debate that I have already done in the class. बहुत ही explain करके मैंने आपको बताया था ये. Please go to the lecture for the people who have not done it. But this is your assignment question. Write down the question. Explain Hartshorne and Schaeffer debate. बहुत important है. Question लिखिए. Explain Hartshorne Schaeffer debate and write down its significance in geography. Next point. Explain the rise of spatial analysis in geography. Next question is explain the rise of spatial analysis in geography. Next, write down. Next question. What is the quantitative revolution in geography? What is the quantitative revolution in geography? Next, लिखेंगे. Radical geography I have already given to you. Okay. Write down. Discuss the critique of special science. Discuss the critique of special science and write the significance of humanistic geography. ठीक है. Write down this. एक क्वेश्चन और लिख लीजिए. व्हाट इज क्रिटिकल ज्योग्राफी? हमने कल क्रिटिकल रेवोल्यूशन किया था, तो उसी में आ जाएगा. व्हाट इज क्रिटिकल ज्योग्राफी? All the questions are important. Please write down all the questions, and I want you to complete it by by Friday. Do complete it by Friday. So there any problem you have with it? अच्छा, radical और welfare ये सब आप कल discuss कर सकते हैं. We do not have much time to discuss this. So definitely I'll discuss this tomorrow. But these questions you can do it by Friday. Please write down the questions. Any doubts with respect to this? You can also write one question would state the difference between special analysis and special system ताकि आपको mind में थोड़ा clear हो what is the difference. Otherwise, a lot of times we get confused between both. क्योंकि same लगते हैं and then we also kind of do mistake in the exams. Okay, thank you so much, class.